Have you ever opened your banking app the day before payday and thought, where did all my money go? You got paid 2 weeks ago. You didn't buy anything crazy. No luxury vacation, no designer clothes, no Lamborghini parked in your driveway. And yet somehow you're down to $37.42 in your checking account, wondering how you're going to make it until Friday. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. The average American isn't broke because they don't make money. They're broke because of the habits they repeat every single day without realizing the financial damage those habits are causing. And here's the scary part. Most of these habits feel completely normal because almost everyone around you is doing them too. Look, if 90% of people are struggling financially, maybe doing what everyone else is doing isn't the best financial strategy. My name is Zach, and I spend way too much time thinking about personal finance, investing, and the psychology of building wealth. If you're someone who feels like you're working harder every year but somehow getting further behind financially, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Today, we're talking about the 7 money habits keeping 90% of Americans broke, and I can almost guarantee you're guilty of at least a few of them. Let's jump in. Habit number 1, saving what's left instead of paying yourself first. Here's the thing. Most people treat saving like an afterthought. They pay rent, they buy groceries, they order takeout 3 times this week because they're tired. They pay their subscriptions, they buy random things on Amazon at midnight. And then they say, if there's anything left over, I'll save it. There's never anything left over. According to numerous consumer spending studies, Americans consistently spend the vast majority of their monthly income, regardless of whether they earn $50,000 or $150,000 per year. This isn't a money problem, it's a psychology problem. Human beings naturally expand their lifestyle to match their income. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it quietly destroys wealth. Let's do some simple math. Let's say you take home $5,000 per month. Most people do this. Spend $4,800, save $200. Wealthy people do this. Invest $1,000 immediately, live on $4,000. Same income, completely different outcome. If you invest $1,000 every month, earning an average annual return of 10%, after 30 years, you'll have roughly $2 million. If you save whatever happens to be left over, chances are you'll have almost nothing. Here's what most people don't realize. Saving money isn't about discipline. It's about automation. Your brain is terrible at making financial decisions when temptation is involved. If your paycheck hits your account and sits there for 2 weeks, your brain starts spending it before you even thought about investing it. The solution is simple. Automate your savings and investments before you ever see the money. Habit number 2, thinking small purchases don't matter. Now, you might be thinking, Zach, skipping coffee isn't going to make me a millionaire. You're right. The coffee isn't the problem. The habit is. People love making fun of financial advice about lattes, but they're missing the bigger picture. Small spending isn't dangerous because of one purchase. It's dangerous because it trains your brain to prioritize immediate pleasure over long-term financial freedom. Let's say you spend $7 per day on coffee, $15 3 times a week on food delivery fees, $20 per week on impulse purchases, $50 monthly on subscriptions you barely use. That adds up to approximately $670 every month. Invested for 30 years at 10%, that's over $1.5 million. Look, I'm not telling you to stop enjoying life. I'm telling you to start being intentional with your money. There's a massive difference between spending money on things you truly value and mindlessly spending money because you're bored, stressed, or influenced by social media. Every dollar you spend today is a future dollar that can't work for you. Money is like employees. Every dollar can either work for you or disappear forever. Most people fire all of their employees every payday. Habit number 3, financing your lifestyle. This one frustrates me because it's become completely normalized. Americans finance absolutely everything: cars, phones, furniture, watches, vacations, clothes. Look, financing isn't inherently bad. Wealthy people use debt strategically all the time. But financing depreciating lifestyle purchases is one of the fastest ways to stay broke. According to consumer debt data, the average American carries thousands of dollars in credit card debt, while auto loan balances continue to reach record levels. Let's imagine two people making $80,000 per year. Person A buys a $50,000 truck payment, the newest iPhone every year, furniture on monthly payments, credit card purchases paid over time. Person B buys a reliable used vehicle, keeps their phone for 4 years, pays cash whenever possible, invests the difference. 10 years later, they aren't even living in the same financial universe. Here's what most people don't realize. Monthly payments are designed to trick your brain. You don't think, I'm buying a $60,000 vehicle. You think, it's only $789 per month. The companies selling you these products know that human beings are terrible at calculating long-term costs. Your brain thinks monthly. Wealth is built by thinking decades. Start asking yourself one simple question. If I paid cash for this today, would I still buy it? If the answer is no, you probably can't afford it.
Habit number 4, never learning how money actually works. This is where it gets really interesting. Most people spend more time researching a new television than they spend learning how investing works. Think about that. You'll watch 15 YouTube reviews before spending $800 on a laptop, but you'll invest 0 hours learning how to manage the millions of dollars you'll earn throughout your lifetime. Financial literacy is one of the highest paying skills you can develop. Understanding compound interest, index fund investing, tax-advantaged accounts, retirement planning, budgeting, debt management. These skills are literally worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars over your lifetime. Look, schools don't teach this stuff. That's unfortunate, but it's reality. Nobody is coming to save you financially. The good news? We live in an era where you can learn virtually everything for free. Spend just 30 minutes per day learning about money for the next year, and you'll know more about personal finance than most adults. Your financial future is too important to outsource entirely to random advice from social media. Habit number 5, living for appearances. Social media has completely changed how people spend money. People are going broke trying to look rich. Designer clothes financed on credit cards, luxury cars leased to impress strangers, expensive vacations purchased for Instagram photos. Here's the thing. Actual wealthy people usually care far less about looking wealthy than broke people do. There's a reason so many millionaires drive practical vehicles and wear simple clothes. Because they understand something most people don't. Financial freedom is far more valuable than financial appearances. Let's use a simple analogy. Imagine 2 houses. One house has beautiful paint, luxury furniture, and an empty refrigerator. The other house looks average on the outside, but has a vault full of cash inside. Which house would you rather own? Most people are spending their lives painting the outside while ignoring what's happening inside. The average person sees wealth as something you display. Actual wealth is something you don't see. Your investment accounts aren't exciting to post on Instagram, but they'll matter a lot more when you're 60 years old. Habit number 6, waiting until you make more money. This is probably the biggest lie people tell themselves. I'll start investing when I make more money. I'll save more once I get promoted. I'll budget when my income increases. No, you won't. Because if you can't manage $3,000 per month, you're probably not going to magically manage $6,000 per month. Money amplifies habits. It doesn't change them. I've seen people making 6 figures living paycheck to paycheck. I've also seen people earning modest incomes build incredible wealth over time. Let's say you start investing $300 per month at age 25. By age 65, assuming a 10% annual return, you'll have over $1.5 million.
Wait 10 years to start? You'll lose hundreds of thousands of dollars because compound interest doesn't care about your excuses. Time matters more than income when you're young. Here's what most people don't realize. The hardest part of building wealth isn't making money. It's becoming the type of person who consistently makes good financial decisions. Your financial habits matter more than your salary. Start where you are, not where you hope to be someday. Habit number 7, having no financial plan. Imagine getting into your car and driving across the country without a map or GPS. You'd probably end up lost, frustrated, and wasting a lot of time and money. That's exactly how most people manage their finances. They have goals like make more money, save more, retire someday. Those aren't financial plans. Those are wishes. A financial plan doesn't need to be complicated. For example, save $10,000 emergency fund, invest 20% of income, eliminate all high-interest debt within 18 months, maximize retirement contributions, reach $100,000 invested by age 35, increase investments by 5% every year. Now you have a roadmap. Money loves clarity. Without clear goals, you'll spend money emotionally instead of intentionally. And that's exactly what companies are counting on. Every advertisement you see is competing for your financial future. If you don't decide where your money is going, someone else will happily decide for you. Final thoughts. Look, becoming wealthy isn't about finding some secret investment strategy or winning the lottery. It's usually boring. It's consistent. It's mathematical. And honestly, it's a lot more about behavior than intelligence. The people who build wealth aren't necessarily smarter than everyone else. They simply develop better money habits and repeat them for decades. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Your financial future isn't determined by one big decision. It's determined by thousands of tiny decisions you make every single month.
The car payment you don't take, the investment you automate, the subscription you cancel, the budget you finally create, the financial book you decide to read. These things seem small today, but compounded over 20 or 30 years, they completely change your life. You do not need to earn $1 million to become financially successful. You need to stop making the same financial mistakes that keep millions of people stuck. Start with one habit, just one. Master it, then move on to the next. Because building wealth isn't something that happens overnight. It's something that happens gradually and then suddenly. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe because we talk about personal finance, investing, and building long-term wealth here every single week. And before you click away, I want you to leave a comment below and tell me which one of these 7 habits has been hurting your finances the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.